Fans, good afternoon and welcome to Championship Wrestling Connection. On today's episode, great matches of classic Southern States Wrestling. Enjoy the best in professional wrestling from Southern States Wrestling.
Wrestling fans, I tell you what, it's time for some ladies action here. Joe Wheeler along with Jason Steele as we've got the Foxy Lady Lexi Fife in here in the red and white and Brandy Alexander in the silver. And Jason, this should be a great ladies contest.
These two ladies are out to prove exactly what the men do. They're out here to put on a good show and get a win. That's what they want to do. It's the name of the game.
They've locked up collar and elbow. Lexi pulled him into a side headlock as Brandy Alexander now in some trouble here. And Brandy, without a question, is being supported by the fans here as Lexi has come out and made her presence known, no doubt about it. Nice hip toss there by Brandy as, got her in a leg sweep. Referee Eric Foster in and got a 2 count out of that as the girls are going at it here. Arm drag takeover. And Jason, how about this girls action?
Brandy Alexander with the upper hand right now. Brandy coming from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And the Foxy Lady in trouble right now. We'll see how she's able to come out of this.
Brandy winding up on the arm of the Foxy Lady as she's got her in some trouble here at this point in time. And I tell you what, fans, be sure to join us whenever we come live to a town near you and see the beautiful lady wrestlers, the rough and tumble heavyweights, as we're bringing it all to you here with Main Event Championship Wrestling nationwide, Southern States, Atlantic Coast Championship Wrestling, all together here as, Lexi took a moment too long there. Brandy was able to take advantage of that with a kick. Got her by the arm here, and Brandy Alexander winding up on the arm of Foxy Lady Lexi Fife.
Alexander was able to get that spinning heel kick right to the midsection of the Foxy Lady Lexi Fife, and it seems that Brandy Alexander has had the advantage in this matchup since the early going here.
Absolutely right, Jason, as she continues to wind up on the arm of the Foxy Lady Lexi Fife as Brandy controlling her here with this armbar. Referee Eric Foster is your official as wait a minute, Lexi caught her right there coming off the ropes and drove her face first into the canvas as I tell you what, Lexi Fife now take it back over and yanked her by the hair of the head right there. You know, that's always one of these favorite moves of the ladies, to get a handful of hair.
Did just that, and we see the Foxy Lady. We saw how quick this match turned around. Brandy Alexander had the upper hand for the match, and then just like that, the complexion of the match changes, and we see Foxy Lady now, as you mentioned, Joe, had the handful of hair, and again, she'll do whatever it takes to get the win.
Brandy Alexander being choked there in the corner by the Foxy Lady Lexi Fife as, wait a minute, Brandy just that quick, got a roll up there, got a 2 count out of that one as just that fast, though, Lexi Fife back up on her feet and putting the boots to Brandy Alexander in the corner as referee Eric Foster has the enviable task in this regard of officiating this contest.
Oh, right there, you saw that move, the chokehold, or the catapult right into the bottom rope there. Brandy Alexander had the bottom rope catch her right on the throat to knock the wind out of her.
No doubt about that. Back and forth we go. Lexi Fife caught Brandy Alexander in the air, got her set up here. Oh, hard down with a side slam. Referee Eric Foster in, got a 2 count before Brandy Alexander was able to kick out of that situation. As Lexi Fife goes right back into work on her, taking over. Oh, she's got her pulled back by the hair of the head as the fans here in Kingsport are very upset about this. And Lexi popped her in the midsection right there for good measure, Jason.
Just, again, using the ropes to her advantage. You see the leverage there with the hair. Again, using the hair, and referee stepping in for the 4 count. The Foxy Lady was able to nearly part. She didn't really violate the rules. She just bent them a little bit.
No doubt about that. Bending the rules. You got a 5 count to break the hold with that's the job of the official. Make sure they break that foul count, or they've got the option to disqualify. As into the rope goes again, Brandy with a sunset flip here coming up. She got her over and got a 2 count. Once again, referee Eric Foster right on top of the action as Lexi Fife now moving back in on Brandy Alexander, snatches her up out of the corner by the hair of the head, as now Lexi climbing up on those ropes, and Brandy is in a bad way here. Lexi's got her, and what in the world, Jason? Looks like she's choking her there.
Got a chokehold, and you see that Brandy Alexander was picked up off the mat there. She tried to fight her way out of it, but again, Lexi Fife, again with that chokehold. Referee administers the count once again. He gets to 4. And as you mentioned a moment ago, she's got to the count of 5 to break it.
Brandy Alexander with a nice move right there. Snap mares Lexi Fife off of that second rope. As now she's moved in for cover. Referee got a 2 count, but Lexi Fife was able to get that shoulder up. As Brandy Alexander now seems to be getting frustrated at this point in time.
Frustrated she couldn't get the pin. She's also smacking the mat, trying to get fired up a little bit more and see if she can come back and win this one.
Brandy now moving back in on Lexi. She kicked her right in the midsection right there. Irish whip coming across as, Brandy caught her with a nicely placed kick right there and got a 2 count out of it as the Foxy Lady Lexi Fife was able to get that shoulder up. But Brandy's feeling good at this point. Jason, I think she feels the momentum turn her way.
She sure does. She hit the solid elbow there, and now a boot to the midsection. Let's see what she comes up with here. Nice swinging neck breaker, and the Foxy Lady Lexi Fife is down. This could be it.
She got a cover and only got a 2 count there before referee Eric Foster had to stop as Alexander now sets up and comes across. Was going to attempt a big splash right there, but Lexi Fife was able to get those knees up and causing Alexander a lot of pain there to her midsection as Lexi now snatches her opponent up in the air and just dumped Brandy in the corner right there. As now Lexi Fife sets up, comes across here, uses those ropes to spring off, and nobody home on that attempted elbow, Jason.
Missed with the elbow, and now the opportunity for Brandy Alexander to come back and get a win here.
Winding up on the arm, she's got her Oklahoma roll very nicely executed, and there's your winner. Brandy Alexander has defeated Foxy Lady Lexi Fife in this contest.
Let's see. Boogie Woogie Man wants to invite everybody watching. Please come to Boogie's Wrestling Camp, Hall of Fame Museum, any Sunday, 12 to 4. Check it out. Jimmy Valiant at Outlook.com. Oh, yeah.
Hello again, fair wrestling fans all around the world. I have Mr. Number 1, George South, and in case you don't know, he has a new book out.
You know something, Eric? This is the second greatest book that's ever been written. You know it, and I know it, and all these great fans here know it. You know, this book has been all over the world. It's only been out for about 6 months, and my dream is to get this book on everybody's coffee table all over the world, and we're about to do that, buddy.
Well, as soon as we do that, then everybody needs to go check out your YouTube show.
You know something? We're going all over the world. You know, George South TV, right there on highspots.com. It is probably the greatest TV show in the whole wide world, folks. The longest running internet show that's ever been. And, folks, we want everybody to tune in. We just have a great time, man. Make fun of a lot of people, including ourselves, and we talk about a great book.
Yeah, there you hear it from Mr. Number 1, George South. Get the book, watch the show, and enjoy him at your local wrestling event.
For classic Southern Wrestling DVDs from the days of promoter Nick Gulas, Southeastern Wrestling, or Continental Wrestling? How about DVDs from Southern States Wrestling featuring the legends of the ring and some of today's top stars? Maybe you were looking for the 3-disc set of Bill Dundee's career and memories, or the 2 published books by Bo James about his life in wrestling. Keep up with the careers and life away from the ring of the award-winning Dynamic Wrestling James duo. All of this and a lot more at kingofkingsport.com. That's kingofkingsport.com.
Hello, everybody. It's your old friend here, Handsome Bo James. Some people like to call me the King of Kingsport, and I'm here to tell you, it's finally here. Do you want to be a wrestler, kid? My first full-length book, 348 pages, never publicly told stories, rare photos, a history lesson of pro wrestling in East Tennessee. How I got my career started as a promoter at the age of 14 years old. How my in-ring career started at 15 years old. Stories of being so blessed and getting to work and compete with people like the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff, the Mongolian Stomper, Izzy Slapowicz, Nature Boy Buddy Landell, Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, Ricky Morton, and a whole lot more. Let's not forget about those practical jokes that wrestlers like to pull on one another, a whole chapter dedicated to that. Tributes to many of my fallen heroes turned friends like Wahoo McDaniel, Road Warrior Hawk, Sherry Martell, Billy Joe Travis, Moondog Spot, and a whole lot more. Buy your copy today, kingofkingsport.com. Each book comes with signed pictures of not only myself, but my beautiful wife, Misty James, and a DVD with never-before-seen matches, interviews, and special insight from me that follows the book. Do you want to be a wrestler, kid? Available now, kingofkingsport.com.
Fans, also on today's episode, more classic Southern States Wrestling. Enjoy this great matchup of Southern States Wrestling.
I've got a super terrific announcement for you on May the 8th. We're going to have a fanfare right here in Kingsport. We're going to have several of the old-timers here, a lot of souvenirs for sale. That'll be from 11 to 4, and we'll also have a match that night featuring the legends of Kingsport. Now, one other thing I want to talk about. Tonight, if Ricky Harrison and Jimmy Valiant win this tag team match, I get 5 minutes with PJ Sharp. And y'all are wondering what this is on my shoulder. This is the Universal Wrestling Alliance World Junior Heavyweight Championship belt that I retired with in 1980. If PJ can beat me tonight, I'll give him this belt, and you'll never see me around these parts again. Whoa! Hey, Shay, go ahead and lay down. Hey, shut up! Listen.
Wait, Halloween isn't for several months, you know.
This isn't a Halloween outfit. Kim Bowles comes out here and he talks about the past. I'm the only man alive that can tell the future. And tonight, somebody is getting carried out on a stretcher. And it ain't me.
Hey, Bowles wants to talk about an old belt that don't mean nothing. Right here's the only title in professional wrestling that means anything. Bowles, you better keep it running wherever you went to, because you're going to be in trouble if you get out here in the ring tonight. And as far as Valiant and Harrison go, I'm tired of it. Once and for all, right here tonight is...
Whoa, whoa, man, whoa! Hey! All right. Whoa.
The only future that's going to be told here tonight is Ricky Harrison and Jimmy Valiant is going to kick some butt right here at the Kingsport Center Auditorium. Weeks and weeks. First Family and Bo James has been 3-4 on 1. We're here tonight for the Children's Miracle Network. We're not going to let these kids down. We're not going to let you fans down. Ricky Harrison and Jimmy Valiant, we're going to take them out.
You know, Chip, I want to tell you something. First of all, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in about 20 years, but I'll tell you something. Bo James, listen Listen at me, man. The only reason that the Boogie Woogie Man's here is because of these hurt children. Children Miracle Network. The only reason I am semi-retired. This kid right here asked me to come, and I'll be glad to come. You know, this state of Tennessee's the greatest wrestling state that I have ever wrestled in front of. Bo James tonight, and Flint tonight, and that cheesy manager of theirs, the Weasel, tonight. Ken Bowles, you're going to get your wish. You're going to get 5 minutes with them because we're going to take it to the limit. We're going to be ballers walks on the wall. Old time Jubilee. Blood's going to flow like wine. All right.
All right, fans, you heard it from the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, Ricky Harrison. That match coming up here tonight.
All right, fans, here we go. This thing is going to start outside the ring as the First Family tries to Pier 6 and pull a sneak attack on handsome Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man, and his partner Ricky Harrison. And Duke, I gotta say here that the First Family's plans went a little awry there. They didn't get everything they wanted out of that deal, did they? Double cover there as both Valiant and Harrison getting the better of two of the First Family members, Steve Flynn and handsome Bo James, a current Southern States Wrestling Champion. Sleeper indeed by the Boogie Woogie Man on Steve Flynn. Meanwhile, Harrison and Bo James, and you just saw James taking a couple of fingers to the eyes of both Harrison and then the Boogie Woogie Man to break up that sleeper hold. Bo James, he knows every sneaky, dirty trick in the book. And I'm going to depend on you, Duke, to be at least a little impartial, even though you and P.J. Sharp seem to be best friends.
Yeah, you know what? Bo James does know every dirty trick in the book. But you know who taught him a lot of those? Jimmy Valiant. Jimmy Valiant, instrumental in breaking Bo James in the sport of professional wrestling. So if you're going to lay blame on anyone, you should lay it on that so-called New Yorker. He ain't from New York. He's from Wisconsin, if you ask me, Jimmy Valiant.
Well, no, most people know where the Boogie Woogie Man's from, and that's New York City, as he has a headlock and delivers a major fist to the forehead of Steve Flynn. Might have even been an elbow or a finger or a thumb as his back was turned to us. Double whip there by Harrison and Valiant. Double elbow. And you got to say here, Duke, even though Harrison and Valiant don't wrestle exclusively as tag team partners, a cover, count of two, they're looking pretty good here so far in this match.
Well, so far, yes, they are looking good.
Again, if Harrison and Valiant win, then Commissioner Ken Bowles is going to get 5 minutes in the ring, Duke, with your buddy P.J. Sharp. And I can't wait to see that if it happens.
That's totally unfair. I can't believe, and we've got a member of the board here with us, Mark Curtis. I cannot believe that they would sanction such stipulations. Ken Bowles is a trained professional wrestler. Of course, it was like 100 years ago when he was wrestling, but he's a trained professional wrestler. P.J. Sharp is nothing but a manager. It's totally unfair to sanction such a stipulation.
Tag made to Bo James after that thumb to the throat by Flynn on the Boogie Woogie Man. And Mark, what is your comment concerning what Duke just said?
Well, maybe unfair. However, one thing you do have to remember is P.J. Sharp, not only did he agree to the match, I believe he's the one that asked for the match. And it was Commissioner Ken Bowles who was willing to put up his old UWA junior heavyweight belt to get the match with P.J. Sharp. And I believe that Mr. Sharp, asking what he did ask for, has bitten off a little bit more than he could chew. And speaking of chewing, it looks like Jimmy Valiant's caught in the middle of a bodacious bear hug there, and they just switched in and out. And I'm looking at Bo James, and that outfit looks very, very familiar. Looks like a certain luchador that we saw earlier this evening. Chip, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Mark. Maybe they're twins, Duke. Who knows?
Oh, here you guys go again. I mean, PJ, he came up to me in between the matches, and he told me that it cost him a lot of money to fly that wrestler in from Mexico.
Well,
so
that's how
that
PJ
means right there it's not Bo James.
Yeah, PJ spends his money that way. I've got a 1941 Roadster I'd like to sell him. It only needs a motor and 4 tires, and he'd be all set with the thing. Meanwhile, double teaming again on the Boogie Woogie Man. Referee Mike DiMuzio's back is turned, and the First Family there, Duke, is just teeing off on Jimmy Valiant.
This is where the inexperience as a tag team of Valiant and Harrison comes to haunt them. Harrison overzealous trying to get in the ring to save Jimmy Valiant, and it ended up costing his team a lot, as now Bo James cinching that bear hug in on Jimmy Valiant, put tremendous pressure on the ribs and the lower back of the Boogie Woogie Man.
But unfortunately, Harrison did make the tag coming in, but Mike DiMuzio did not see the tag, and that was crawl between the legs, and there's a hot tag. Here comes Ricky Harrison in like a house of fire, beating up on Bo James and Steve Flynn. What do you think, Chip?
Well, right now, Harrison looking tremendous. It's 1 against 2 as his partner, the Boogie Woogie Man, catches his breath in the corner. Bo James for the ride. Steve Flynn over to try to protect, and does his partner. And Harrison is down. Big foot to the forehead of Ricky Harrison by handsome Bo James. Boogie Woogie Man trying to come in to help his partner. That's not going to work. There goes Harrison flying high over the top rope. And Duke, and I'm sure you're happy about this, the chances of that occurring don't look to be too good at the moment.
Well, good, because I don't think that should happen regardless. But I'll tell you what, you talk about Bo James and Jimmy Valiant. Jimmy Valiant helped train Bo James. The two have been tag team partners on numerous occasions, now on opposite sides of the fence. But in the last 2 years, no one has a better win-loss record against Jimmy Valiant than handsome Bo James.
Well, Jimmy Valiant, in fact, telling me, if you look, as there's a cover, 2 count. The cover by handsome Bo James and Ricky Harrison. Jimmy Valiant telling me earlier on that his toughest opponent in the 1990s has been handsome Bo James. So they've had a long, long feud going. They're just James spitting in the direction of the Boogie Woogie Man. That's fighting words right there to handsome Jimmy Valiant, Duke.
And, of course, the issue between Bo James and Jimmy Valiant still going strong, but don't forget about the feud between the heavyweight champion of Southern States Wrestling, Bo James, and Ricky Harrison. It was just under 1 year ago. Here, Ken Bowles now trying to interject himself. He needs to get back down. If I were referee Mike DiMuzio, I'd eject him from ringside right now.
Well, again, the ref's back is turned, and meanwhile, there in the center of the ring, Steve Flynn with what appears to be a legal hold. Kind of now, well, that isn't very legal, is it? He's trying to pull the face apart of Ricky Harrison. Spoken from a man who would know a health club if he ran into one on a bicycle. Meanwhile, Harrison double teamed off the ropes, and he's able to use a double pile driver. Not a pile driver, but just double headlock, and dropping them both down right on their respective heads. Not a lot of brain material in those heads, a lot of empty space, and I'm sure both the heads of James and Flynn are ringing at the moment there, Duke.
Able to grab both men and take them down in a DDT-like maneuver. I guess we'll call that a double DDT, but Harrison desperately needs to make that tag.
There it
here
is.
It is.
The Boogie Woogie Man is in. Both members of the First Family are there to greet him. Down is Flynn. James went flying. Now he's going to have a meeting of the minds the hard way. The Boogie Woogie Man cleaning house here. Rolls over Flynn. Harrison is in as well. All 4 men inside the squared circle. Flynn goes out the hard way. Meanwhile, Ricky Harrison is employing the figure 4 on handsome Bo James, who says, "I quit." He says, "I quit" there, Duke. And the First Family is lost.
I don't believe it. Wait a second. Who are the legal men? No way Bo James submitted. I don't believe it.
He clearly was signaling to referee Mike DiMuzio.
Run, PJ, run.
Where's
run.
PJ Sharp going? Oh, no. Ken Bowles is going to redirect his backside inside the ring. 5 minutes now for Ken Bowles against your good friend, Duke. You might want to run down and help him.
Oh, no, this is...
Yeah, you wanted the referee. Get in there now. Come on.
Go ahead, Duke. The member of the board, Mark Curtis, says you can go.
I can't believe you guys are making light of this situation.
Oh!
Figure 4 on PJ.
Figure 4 on PJ Sharp. as Ricky Harrison and the Boogeyman make sure that the members of the First Family are out of the way. Boogeyman chasing now, Death and Destruction, though, meeting up with the Boogeyman.
He grabs that briefcase away from Ken Bowles. Bo James punches him in the stomach. Good, get him, Bo.
Yeah, Mark. Meanwhile, it's Mike DiMuzio interfering, so to speak, taking that briefcase away. Steve Flynn is back. Drop the leg down on Boogeyman. Outside the ring, Ken Bowles. Here comes the First Family. Here's a very familiar situation. Blatant double team, a strap by Flynn across the back of Ricky Harrison already. From back here there, Duke, you can see some huge red welts on the back of Harrison.
Get him, whip him like a dog. He was the one who broke the rules first. He went in when it was supposed to be just Ken Bowles and PJ. So he's getting what he deserves.
And Mike DiMuzio's not doing anything. We're definitely having a board meeting. We're definitely looking at these tapes. And me and Big Al Getz and the other board of directors are going to sit down and figure something out. 2 referees, maybe 3 referees in these matches. But Mike DiMuzio is going to be fined. He's going to be fined heavy, along with Bo James, that belt, and Steve.
Fans, we've just learned from Commissioner Ken Bowles for Sunday, April 25th here in Kingsport, we will have a special leather strap and a pole match between Steve Flynn and Ricky Harrison. Also, the champion Bo James defends the SSW title against Ricky Morton from the legendary Rock and Roll Express. Now, if we can get our camera to follow me, we want to try to find out here in the dressing room of the First Family the condition of manager P.J. Sharp. He just got his head handed to him by Ken Bowles.
Chip Kessler, did you see what happened out there? About 40 guys run in the ring and jumped on PJ and helped out Jimmy Valiant. About 13 of them got on me. Look, I'm a little swollen up, but look here, Harrison and Valiant. You want to try to jump on us? You want to try to... PJ, it's all right. It's okay, man. I'll call your mom in a minute. It's okay. Look, you hurt PJ. Now he's going to have to go to the doctor, but I just found out it's been signed. Steve Flynn against Ricky Harrison, the pole match with a leather strap on top. And you know what? You seen the way I whipped that punk out there tonight? That's the way I want you to hit him. I want you to hit him till he bleeds. I want you to hit him till he screams, "My name's Toby." You understand what I'm saying? Now then, Ricky Morton, you're coming into Kingsport and you want a title match against me. Hey, it ain't no secret. I've known Ricky Morton since I was 12 years old. Me and him are all around the country together. But things are different. I'm not that 12-year-old kid anymore. I'm the champ around here. You want to come and try to get a hold of me? I'm going to give you one chance, Morton, and one chance only. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and you're going to be left laying. And then they're going to talk about honoring a bunch of legends. On May the 8th, honoring a bunch of legends. What you see right here is a legend in the making. What it's going to be is Bo James' celebration night, because any old fossil that shows up May the 8th, I'm going to punch right in the face with my left hand. Then I'm going to punch him right in the face with my right hand. And then I'm going to walk up and down their body, because I own Kingsport now. This is my town. More people have come to see me wrestle in Kingsport than they paid to see Elvis Presley play. I own Kingsport, and it's plain and simple. You cross me in this town, you're done once and for all. Now, Chip Kessler, you get out of here so he can cry with a little bit of dignity.
All right, fans, we'll be back with more coming up.
Thanks, thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Championship Wrestling Connection. Join us next week for more classic Southern States Wrestling.